This ain't no fucking click. This that gill, yeah. Rolling up that Sonic. Fuck how you feel, yeah. All my niggas kill. Swords and guns they wield, and they armored up, got shields. Foes they know the deal, we always ready. This that gill, yeah. Super duper flow. That's how I feel, yeah. All my niggas be blasting. Spit heat like a dragon. It's shit you can't imagine.
Guess I want to ask what your favorite anime is. So.
All right. So who's going?
All right, go in lines or something.
Everyone's order on the screen is gonna be different.
It's different, man.
Yeah. So someone volunteer to go first.
I'll go if you want.
All right.
To be honest, I'd probably say Hunter x Hunter, just because of sheer quality. Like, it's obviously the reboot, so they know what they need to do. There's no need for filler or anything. But the series that I go back to most is probably the first few series of Bleach. I don't know why a lot of people hate on it, minus the filler, obviously. But there's just something about it, and the captains and shit. I love it.
You're British?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. You follow football?
No, that's still.
I'm putting my answer out.
Wow. Okay.
Alright, who's going next?
I gotta go next. I guess my favorite anime is I don't know. It's between two right now. Probably Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood or Clannad After Story.
Alright.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, it incorporates so much like depth and like it may be short, but the show itself, it's not like other shonen. Although like the Elrics win the battle, there's so much stuff that goes on, and you realize it's such a masterpiece how it's written, and the animation is very very well done too.
Alright, I guess I'll go next.
Alright.
Right now, I'm with
Can be.
Well,
in
Go.
it's cutting out and then.
Mira Nikki, Kuroko no Ba.
Need to say that.
Because like Hunter at all, like I don't like. Apparently, it's supposed to end after the Chimera arc. If it does end, they've done a good job so far. So I'm loving it right now. Hasn't really been a bad moment except for like the dodgeball part.
It's still good.
Yo, like I loved it still. I still love that. I was like, oh shit, I'm really loving this because it actually shows like the development, and they're not just like, oh yeah, he was born with these powers like Naruto and freaking Bleach are. But the thing I like with Bleach is they actually developed them.
He got sweet fat. Oh my god.
Like, honestly, with Hunter x Hunter, I watch no fillers. I usually just see like them pointless. I honestly try a Hunter x Hunter filler just because it's so good. Like,
Okay, and then you've got Mira Nikki just for like the sheer like ridiculousness of Yuno's character. Like she's freaking batshit crazy, and every time she goes crazy, it's like okay, it's about to go down, and you just want to see what's gonna happen next. Then you've got Kuroko no Basket, which I can't even explain why I love it because it's just that amazing.
Respectable opinion. My favorite anime is Code Geass, and
let's go.
because it's I wouldn't for me I say it's definitely one of the best anime like ever because like just the sheer number of plot twists that occur throughout the series. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's one major thing that happened because of the main character's power by accident, and it was just mind blowing how amazing it was. Like the way I felt when I watched Code Geass was unlike any other anime. Like I watched it from start to finish all in a day, and I don't think any anime can ever make me feel that way again. Because it was just so addicting, like it kept you kept you on the edge of your seat the whole time. It kept you wanting more and more. It was just that good.
Ellie.
Aw, dang. Bro, I got a lame answer. I like Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's not lame.
That's
not lame.
What? How's that lame?
Bro, you have to
People be killing me because I say that. They be like, nah, man, you lame.
What the hell? Like,
yeah, it's probably because it's a shonen, but it's good.
Yeah, we like we be getting
how
on
fast
the
did we
extra hard.
rewatch Yu Yu?
Oh my god.
How to rewatch Yu Yu.
Don't play it. Nah, for real. Peace out. I'm talking with these guys.
Violators, brother.
Who? Sam and Andy.
Alright, let's talk anime, yeah?
Alright.
I'll be helping you pick a squad. Awesome. Join the guild, guys.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
good.
Congrats.
Congratulations, man.
Squad you gonna be on?
He's doing it right now. Blue Beast guy?
Yeah, he does it.
Alright, cool.
He's like,
Thank you.
Alright, anybody like Kill la Kill?
I haven't watched it.
I dropped it. It was bad.
You know they're gonna kill you on Twitter for that, right?
Yeah, I don't understand it on Twitter because you know.
You said you're gonna get back to it. It's actually
Yeah, I might pick it up then because
it's a pretty decent story.
I don't know. Just the animation looks shady. Like,
It's really, I think Mako is like one of the best support characters. She's so like, quirky and adorable, you know.
I would
think
go.
it's just like I don't think characters really make the story. I think it's how they develop the character that makes the story. Because you can have that shitty generic character in the beginning, but how they develop them later on, if they do decide to develop them, actually like determines how the story goes.
If some of them just always remain the same from episode 1, to be fair, they still kind of work.
Naruto.
It's a plot thing, then it's perfectly fine. But
Datebayo.
Sasuke.
Personally, I think characters can improve a crappy story. Cause like,
Yeah.
I don't really like fairy tale story that much, but I like the characters, so I keep reading.
The only problem
Wow.
I wouldn't say Fairy Tail necessarily has a great story.
Fairy Tail's ass. Sorry.
No, you trust your opinion. Like, you don't watch you don't read or watch Fairy Tail for like the seriousness of the story. You watch it just for like pure entertainment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the way I treat it is like I don't really care about it, but when I'm on manga reader, I'm just like, oh yeah, what's new today? Oh, Fairy Tail's there, might as well read it. Like it's really obvious with the plot devices and shit, but it's still good.
Yeah,
it's more for like the fun factor. Right?
it's more of an enjoyable read. It's
Yeah.
not something you read for seriousness.
Yeah, exactly. You can't compare like the seriousness of Hunter x Hunter to like Fairy Tail. Like
Yeah,
Oh.
I just wish they were a bit braver with it. Like it kind of feels like they're scared to kill literally any character.
yeah. Because Mashima is, I'm pretty sure he's writing for sales because he knows the formula. That's how he got Fairy Tail to get so popular. But he's too scared to kill anyone because he doesn't want to lose his sales, and he sells volumes pretty well. So I think he wants to maintain.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like
You guys agree that like Naruto, like the writer itself, he killed off the right characters?
No, he
Like
didn't.
Asuma.
No. Oh my god, man.
No, right?
It's
Okay, so
kind of shocked me, which is good, I guess. Like in my opinion, Naruto's been pretty shit for, like about a year.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
that's me based off the manga anyway.
Is it because
But-
this war has been going on for a year, but like only 1 day has passed in the story?
No,
It's like
the
all
war is
stuff.
like 3 days long. No, it's like 4 days long, yet it's been going on for a year. All this stuff has happened in the span of 4 days. Like, what is this?
Yeah, like how many things can you count that actually matter that have happened in the past year in Naruto? Like, did Neji even die last year, or was that 2012? I don't know.
Yeah. Honestly, the pacing has been really shit lately.
Yeah, facing that. Yeah, definitely. I don't even ever watch it. I just know it's bad. Okay, I'm not wasting my time with shonen that are like not even half decent.
No. See, Naruto is bad, but it's not consistently bad. It's been bad for like a couple months. It'll go. It goes up and down. Like it's not something that's consistently like lack of quality. Like I would say Fairy Tail is.
I still think it probably has an amazing story, but like it just dragged too long, or the pacing's not good at all.
The really
So.
hype thing I wanted was you know when they brought back, I think it's the Seven Swordsman.
Yeah.
I got really hyped for that, and then
Yeah,
They all
I
have.
was looking forward to like seeing individual fights, but nothing happened.
yeah, like it's pointless.
I want to find kind of weird. This arc has been the longest arc in the whole story, yet there has been off-panel fights. Like that makes no sense. Like you should flesh out every single fight so other characters can get.
Exactly, especially when you know it's making it to animation. It's not that like they've got to be scared. Are we going to get another season? Is quality going to
Yeah,
drop?
exactly.
Like the worst thing that they could have done is like just extend the chapters by like 10 pages just to have the fights last long, while still keeping their deadlines.
That's exactly it. Like I just can't be asked anymore. To me, Madara is a really bad villain because he's so OP that nothing else matters, and people are gonna see that and be like, "Oh my god, he's so developed, he's so cool."
The way Madara was made, like the way Madara was built up, and I think if Naruto was to keep going on for about a longer span of time, Madara should have been like defeated early on by like fluke stuff that most anime like emotions have. Like it's like, oh crap, we barely survived that. We didn't even win. We survived.
Like looking at it, I'm fairly sure that Madara is gonna be the final boss, like the last villain. But I'd perfectly be happy with him just getting dealt with on Orochimaru coming back and just be like, "Hey fuckers," and just.
Orochimaru was the best villain.
The thing is, yeah, Orochimaru is the best villain, but he's no longer relevant. He's more of like a Sasuke support character now.
Yeah, he's Sasuke's bitch at the moment. He's just like, yeah, whatever you want, man.
Isn't everybody Sasuke bitch now though? He came back and said, "I want to be Hokage," and everybody was okay with that.
Because no one's gonna be like, no, you can't be Kage to his face. Like he'll mark him on the spot. Like no one's gonna really.
Everyone's like, the tribe kind of got fucked over. So yeah, I mean, I feel bad. Go on, like
remember when they showed the panel that Kakashi stabbed Rin?
Yeah.
That's what Sasuke would do to everyone if he tried that.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't say no to certain characters at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you know how they said all that Sasuke did, the attack on the Kage Summit? No one can really tell him anything but Naruto, because they've reached the top tier. No one's at that level yet.
The guy was freaking half blind during that. I'm tired as hell fighting like 8 people and still going hard.
Yeah, he was on a ship that day. He fought like 10 Kages and a billion samurai, and still had the energy to fight Naruto, and then he was about to kill Sakura and Kakashi.
But like he has got nothing on my boy Ichigo, who like fights 1,000 people a day. It's still.
Every time, I love Bleach, but the main problem is just like every time there's a new type of enemy or power, he's just gonna get it. Like.
Yeah,
he gets in like 2 days, and then it's like, okay, let's go.
You know how the formula works for Ichigo. He can't beat some guy. All right, he gets his power up, trains. It's a training arc. Comes back, beats him.
Yeah,
that's how it works. I mean, I don't mind it because I'd rather have a training arc than not have a training arc because that'd be bullshit. But the formula does get repetitive.
I really like Bleach at the moment. Like it's been winning for me for a while, like since the start of the first arc, but. Fullbring was absolute trash, so it kind of has to be great at this point.
Borderline.
I'm like full of unpopular opinions because I actually kind of like Fullbring arc. I actually thought it was really interesting. I don't know why.
In my opinion, I liked the art. The art was beautiful, and the sort of fights towards the end of it. But I literally can't remember much about it. That's how much it meant to me. Like.
I watched the anime, but I read the manga for the Fullbring arc, and I read it in like a couple hours. So I don't really remember what happened besides the end. But I don't remember it being that. I just got through it. Like I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I read the 1,000-Year Blood War arc when I caught up, and that was really good.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love it.
It's really good.
For some reason, like I've just been seeing, like you just know that Bleach can only really go down because I've heard like so much stuff about the 1,000-Year Blood arc being so amazing. Like, how can you top that? Like at this point, it's either finish the series now.
At the moment in the arc, it's not even like anything's really happening or it's that story driven. It's just like, yeah, there was a time skip and a lot of shit happened. Here, look at the cool things that people can do.
Yeah, Bleach's last arc is an attempt to try to get the sales back up again and try to get it going because Bleach, that Fullbring arc, destroyed Bleach's rankings.
Yeah, I think I've heard that the anime is coming back this year, right?
Yeah, they might do like a final act similar to how Inuyasha had a final act, but this final act's going to be much longer. But the manga has to be selling well for them to want to animate it, and I don't think it's even top 10. So
I'm totally fine with the anime not coming back to start until the manga finishes, and then they just cut down little bits and just put the quality up.
One of the worst things about Bleach was that abysmal level of filler. Literally, there's around 180 episodes of filler. That's like half the whole series.
The worst thing is that the filler seems like a pretty cool idea, and it always looks good, but I never want to watch it, and I never do. Like after I sat through the Bound saga when I was getting properly into it, I went through all of it because I thought it might be important at some point, and it was just a big piece of shit.
Yeah. When I was watching Bleach as it was airing, like in like 06, like on the stub, I got to the Bound arc and started watching it on the internet. And the Bound arc, I didn't know what filler was back then, so I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I dropped it because I just found it really stupid. And I later found out what filler was, like now around like 2010, and I picked it up like a month ago, and I just skipped through the filler, but. There was way too much filler, though, because I checked the guide, and literally after every arc, there was like maybe 20, 30 episodes of filler afterwards.
The worst is when it gets to a really hype point in the canon anime, and then they just like, let's do a season of filler that no one cares about.
Exactly. There would be in the middle. There was like a middle of a fight with Zayalaparo and Uryu, I think, and then there was like a 10-episode filler after it. It was really stupid.
That.
Okay. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Like, I don't like the fact that Bleach does that. But it's between like Naruto and Bleach for worst fillers right now.
Naruto for worst fillers ever.
Yeah, no. Part one Naruto fillers were complete trash, and I watched all of them too because I know what filler was, and I just wanted one in Naruto, and I literally watched episodes where they would go to like weird villages and deliver mail. It was really stupid.
Yeah, it's like, think of the world. There's so many ninjas, so many different types of jutsu you can write into the series, even for filler purposes, and then they decide to just like, let's go here. Oh no, let's go here instead. Like, why?
I will never forget the filler episode when they tried to guess what was under Kakashi's mask.
Oh yeah, I watched that one.
I'll give you that. That's good.
That one was fun.
That was great.
And then he pulled down the mask, and there was like another mask.
Yeah, that was like, that's the point. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should stop watching filler. Like,
yeah.
Did any of you watch the filler where they went to that village and there was that meteorite that gave them like some superpower? It was like some star village or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. That was, I kind of like that filler, but like it got stupid at the end. Like I didn't know what filler was, so I legit thought, I was like, yo, those people from the Star Village could beat Sasuke and stuff like that.
Man, Star Village.
Don't tell the fans that. The fans will kill you.
Like, I think that if Kakashi does die, shut up, Kage. If Kakashi does die, they have to at least show him without his mask on, because right now it's just.
I think we can imagine what he looks like.
No, what if he's got like some crazy mouth herpes, man?
Whatever it looks like is gonna look wrong. Like back in the day when I think it was during some of the pain stuff, and I was getting really into the chapters, and then there was this chapter which ended with like Kakashi seemingly using all of his strength to save Choji's life, and I was just like, why would you do that? Kakashi is great. Choji is shit tier, and I was gonna cry for like a week if he actually died.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if Choji died, honestly.
I wouldn't care.
Choji's real as fuck. Fuck you guys.
He was cool in part one. So you see, part one doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Part one has never mattered because everyone was like, okay, we're all better than Naruto, and then overnight it's like, nah, nigga, I got you. Shadow clones kick you in the throat. I win.
I'm so tired of Shadow clones. That's like.
I know, right?
Shadow Clone or Sengon. That's it.
Yeah, he has. But when you think about it, Shadow Clone's a high rank jutsu, and same as Rasengan. The thing is, by the end of part one, Naruto was stronger than everyone, than all the Konoha 11. He was stronger than all of them. He had Gamabunta, he had the Nice Fox. Like for a 13-year-old, he was pretty strong. But then shit went to shit in part two, because I like how in part one it was like he actually worked hard to attain it, and then part two was like, nope, child of the prophecy. He gets the QB chakra. He gets his own like mech now. Sasuke gets hit. It's just the power. Shit.
I think if like Naruto was a better character to start with, they wouldn't really be able to do much with it. Because if he's a really cool guy and he actually gets the best jutsu as well, like I think the series wouldn't have worked as well. So they kind of have to make him an idiot dickhead to make it
exactly. You can't really make him too intelligent. Like it wouldn't make sense. Most shows main characters aren't supposed to be intelligent people, and they're supposed to be goofy, kind of funny.
Yeah.
That fit that archetype.
I think, like, I remember reading like years ago that the voice actors like thought more that Sasuke would have been a better protagonist, and then I just started thinking recently that if Sasuke was actually the protagonist, how much different the story would be. Like, Like, of course, he
Shit would
saves
have
the
got
clan.
done.
No, I mean like the whole clan thing still happens. Naruto still has the Kyuubi chakra, and like all this shit happens, but instead it's more of a focus around Sasuke because that's pretty much all part 1 is. And
Yeah.
now part 2 again, it's starting to pick up more on the Sasuke emphasis again. Instead of-
Sasuke is actually the main character when you think about it.
he is. I don't know why
Like-
it's Naruto.
If Sasuke was the protagonist of the series, and then you got to say the final part 1 Naruto Sasuke fight under the waterfall and like curse mode activated, and all that shit, I don't think you could really paint Naruto in a bad light. I don't think it would work as well. I mean, at that point, everyone wanted Sasuke to come back, but Sasuke was off being an evil dick at that point, so it sort of worked. But
Of course
Yeah.
not. But
To be fair, he was an evil dick the whole time. So
Yeah. But I honestly think Sasuke would actually make a better main character because Naruto, all he has is, oh, I had no parents, I had no dad. What else? Like, I have the 9 tails, people treated me bad. Like, that,
Again,
that,
like,
that worked when you were 13 or
like
10,
20.
when you were 10, but the same
he's got
side
more
story
friends
doesn't
than
work.
anyone at this point.
Yeah, the stop story doesn't work. Like, I
Oh,
can't.
yeah, of course. He gotten older.
Yeah, like I feel bad for Sasuke. Like Sasuke's a deeper, like much more realistic character because there's no way anyone in real life with the way Naruto was treated would be able to persevere that hard and still be all positive. Like I don't believe that shit.
Other than Naruto, Sasuke, Obito, and Madara, everyone else is pretty much support character now. Like everyone sort of stepped down as a main, and they're just sort of there, part of it.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
character-
again, I think that if Naruto adopted more of Sasuke's personality, I'm not saying be exact, like, carbon copy of Sasuke, but more of a serious character that isn't so happy-go-lucky all the goddamn time, he would have actually been a better character overall, and would actually be more interesting to see what he's going to do. Instead of him
Yeah.
obviously just screaming Sasuke and throwing Rasengans at people's faces.
Yeah, honestly, their relationship felt so forced because Sasuke didn't even think of him like that. It was honestly like borderline like gay. Like there's there like no friend would be like Sasuke come back like just let him go just let him go.
I still don't think Sasuke actually cares. He's just given
He's
up
just like,
and
well, why
had
do you
enough.
care so much, you loser? Like Naruto is a loser character. Like he
Yeah.
literally obsesses over Sasuke.
I think the thing is, like, whenever they play a certain OST and Naruto starts talking his real shit, you know someone's about to get fucked up, and all the fans get hyped for that because it doesn't happen for so long. So when it finally does, in comparison, everyone loses their shit.
Yeah, the part 1 Naruto suffered from crazy like amounts of talking during fights. It'd be like it was paced badly. Like it'd be like talk, fight
Yeah.
for a little bit, then talk again, more speeches, and then fight again. Like
You ate the last potato chip. Right.
I think what it is that most Naruto fans have picked it up at a young age and just felt like they needed to follow it because they found it early on and that's what they followed for a long enough time.
yeah,
Like,
Hell yeah.
the amount
That's why I'm
of
here.
shit I can say about
I feel
Naruto,
like
I
that.
know that I'd never drop it, so kind of makes it invalid, but...
yeah, like it's the nostalgia factor. Like if you grew up with it, like our Naruto, like for most of us in here, is like other people's Dragon Ball Z. Like they followed it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
It's
I did
always
that.
gonna have that like special spot like in your anime like heart for
Yeah, like, I can still remember the day I first bought that DVD and shit. Like,
Yeah, I still remember the first day I watched Naruto. It was like during the summer or something, like in like 4th grade. Like I still remember the first episode too. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and I was literally so obsessed with Naruto. I'd like memorize all the hand signs in school. And, like, at recess, I would like make paper shurikens and like throw them at people. Like it was just
Yeah.
amazing to me.
I
Now,
think what it
just-
was for me is that like it was so dark compared to the other anime and shit I'd watched because I mean that was around the time I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
And then-
Yu-Gi-Oh was kind of dark.
Yeah,
Japan-
if you think about it, like if you watch it now, but like when I was first watching the episode where Haku gets taken out and like even though it was heavily censored, there was a lot of blood and shit, and I was just like, whoa, okay, that's a bit out of nowhere.
Wait,
And
that was the censored version.
well,
What?
the English version I'm imagining. I know there's still a lot of blood and shit, but
I've never seen it like the lesser censored version.
You
So
bought,
that's
you bought a DVD, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it was Unleashed though. I think it was just.
Well,
I'm
Haku
not
from
sure if it was
Naruto?
an Unleashed box set.
Oh my god, I kind of want to see that less censored version now.
Wait, you talking about Haku from Naruto?
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
want to see that. Like that's fucking crazy. Like, that
Oh,
was,
that fight with Sabuza?
yeah.
That was a great fight. Very, very old, but I still remember that.
Back when
I remember
Naruto was
that
actually
being
good.
really good. Minus the annoying old man who would talk shit on everyone but still not be able to do anything himself. I remember that being pretty good.
Yo, if you have part one Stalker defending you, get the fuck out.
Yeah, that was pretty
It's not
sad.
worth it.
I love that they like tried to cut her hair to make everyone go, "Oh shit, she's edgy now. She's really cool."
It's like,
No.
wow, oh my god. So,
Never would.
clap it up. She cut her hair.
I would pick Karen over Sakura.
They're
Any
actually,
day.
to me, they're both shit characters. To be able to forgive Sasuke for nearly killing you.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I think Karen's was worse though, man.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's just Kishi wrote them badly.
To
Like,
be fair though, like I think we'd all pick any one of the female characters from Naruto over Sakura.
I would have never picked
Kind
it.
of- I think it was kind of planned well.
Why not? Why not 10-10? What do you have against 10-10?
She's shit.
she's an edgy dick.
Okay,
All she has
but,
is scrolls.
okay, but like,
What did she do with the scrolls though? Got some
okay,
weapons.
she
Y'all
gets a
gonna
bunch
miss
of
you.
random ass weapons,
High scrolls.
but I
She
feel
hasn't
bad.
got much kids, so
They even
But
gave
10-10
her
always
her
gets like
own
the worst
filler.
matchups though. 10-10 gets the worst matchups. Like,
you know what? She
Sakura
was
and
actually a good playable character in Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. I remember, but other than that, she's shit. But I think that the characters was sort of planned out well, but I'm not sure if he thought it would actually go this far. 'Cause if you look at like part 1, Naruto and Sasuke, they've got a lot of similarities, but in personality they're like polar opposite. Because Sasuke doesn't really want any attention, and that's all Naruto wants at that point. But now they've dragged it out so long and it's branched off. There's too much intricate shit that doesn't really work, and
it's pretty obvious that they didn't plan for all this to happen. They didn't plan for it to get as big as it got.
no way. No.
Yeah.
They had an idea of where it was gonna go. Then they're like, "Oh fuck, we gotta
Like,
finish
if you
all
can
this." Shit.
imagine all the Akatsuki stuff happening during part 1, like that would be so weird.
Yeah,
Now, to me, the time skip was so unneeded. Like, cause all Naruto learned was chakra control, how to use shadow clones better, and Odama singing.
I think it was just a good way to keep the pace changing. Like it wasn't really, but it's never really needed. Like I think
it was more to make Naruto feel shitty about himself. Really,
They could have developed the Kona 10 when during
While he was on.
Like they should have done something with them. Like
what? No, really, what did any of them get? Neji got a Jonin rank,
died to a stick.
huh?
Who died to a stick?
Yeah,
To a fucking toothpick.
You should have saw that coming though. Let's be real.
Well, Shikamaru got cooler. Choji got less fat.
Shikamaru. If he dies, I will be pissed. He's the only
Yeah,
character.
No,
I really
somebody
care
else
about.
gotta die. Somebody else gotta die.
Yeah.
So many
You can
people
Well,
kill
I'm
dead
anyone.
now.
I don't care. Don't kill Shikamaru, because like,
What?
like at
one-
this point, you can't kill him off.
You know what? Sasuke
Right.
gotta die.
Is Lee gonna die? Is
No,
Guy
no,
gonna
Sasuke
die?
ain't never gonna die.
Or they both
No,
gonna
I'm
die?
talking about no, in the Konoha. No, okay, now the Konoha 10. Someone else has to die, but it can't be Shikamaru. Kishi missed his window of opportunity to kill him
Yeah,
off.
yeah, he did because he was about to die in that chapter, and then Naruto saved him. He just
If 10 dies, no one will care, so it can't be 10.
Hey, what the fuck? What's that dude's name? Shino? That nigga could die.
No.
Sasuke was cool.
So, he never does anything. He just turns up in a fat coat and sunglasses.
Naruto can't even remember his name half the time, man.
He's gotta die.
I think Guy should die. She used the 8 gates because I really want to see the 8 gates.
You know what?
Nope, it's past that point. Kishi had his moment with that.
Yeah, he did, and he fucked it up. I mean,
I think it should be Lee.
he could use it to buy time
He should
and
be
get
dead by
caught
now
while
already.
everybody back up
He's
there.
like Batman.
Yeah.
Because
It's too shady at this point to have Guy die. Like, that's what I'm thinking about. are you gonna be edgy and kill Lee, or are you gonna kill both and do
Kill
something like
both.
that?
Yeah, kill both.
Kill both.
It'd be okay if they both died.
They both use 8 get to like hold off Madara or some shit like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, word.
I like that shit.
That was
so let me answer one question from you real quick.
Yeah.
We all remember when like everyone had a Rasengan, right?
I don't.
I hated
Yeah.
that.
How
It's
the
like,
hell did Lee hold the Rasengan? He cannot use ninjutsu.
Naruto
How did he keep that?
because
thing?
he's Batman. That's why.
Street
okay.
today. You got rough hands, man.
Yeah, Naruto just shaped it, and then everyone else just pushed it. I don't know, to me, that whole thing it made sense, but it was done really gay. Like, it was like, you know how the DNA sort of was like Obito's conviction, and how his conviction was weakening? Because it was all weakening, and so Naruto and Sasuke were stronger than it. Like, that made sense, but that was so corny, because it was like, the bonds of friendship, Obito was defeated, like, at the end of the chapter, like, that was really gay. Like, they could have done that cool.
Yo, you know what, Kimmy, man?
More than Sasuke until Obito appeared up. Like,
My dude, he's dead. I'm like, he's dead. He's not living.
B gotta die. B gotta die.
B got
I haven't been to anything. He's the best.
Hey, what was that one chapter where Obito was like, what was he doing? Oh yeah, that chapter where he grabbed Naruto by the fucking neck, like Naruto's trying to reach his hand out, and Obito just clenched that nigga neck. I was like, yes, and then basically he basically like punched himself out or some shit like that. Like, I was like, what?
Where that draws, yeah, don't give in to Naruto's ass talking no jutsu. Come on.
Right.
Die a man's death. Like, fight it till the end.
I was like, kill this nigga. Hey, I don't care, man. Just kill Naruto.
Yeah.
People
watch Naruto, not for Naruto. Like,
Exactly.
for a show that's called Naruto, no one really likes Naruto like that.
I watched part one Naruto
That's
with Sasuke, man.
As a character,
Everyone's I'm still pissed that everyone's on Itachi's dick now. Y'all in part 1 when no one gave a fuck about him. And it was like,
I loved Itachi from the moment that he kicked Sasuke in the fucking stomach when he kneed the nigga. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But he was wrong.
That's
it's
like, you gotta get that with
running out to
one.
Every
since like
fuck out.
no, everyone's like he was revealed to be a good guy. Everyone's on Itachi.
Everyone circled Itachi so much.
That shocked me, but like I already loved him before that. It was just like, oh
but
fuck, now I'm actually sad that you're dead. But,
most Itachi fans love circle jerking him now. There's literally a clip on like forums, like Naruto forums, they call Itachi like Lord Itachi. And you honestly can't tell if they're even joking or not because they really like think Itachi's like the best character ever. Like, they'll come in conversation and say Itachi greater than every character in Naruto.
He's the most overpowered.
I think that Itachi was the best character, and like Shippuden, like I respect Itachi as the best character from the start of Shippuden on to his his death with Sasuke, and from that point on, it's just been no good character. It's no great character.
Yeah, there really has. No one has really shined. Like, it's just been fights basically.
yeah,
It's
like,
just if you don't have Senju DNA or the Sharingan, you ain't shit.
That's
Senju DNA, Sharingan, or a freaking Bijou.
or have a teleportation shit. Everything else.
I'm really pissed because like Gaara was my favorite character in part 1, and now he's really soft.
Yeah,
Like,
I like Naruto.
He's still doing shit. He's still doing shit.
He's saving Naruto now. That's his only.
He's not
job.
crazy. He's just in the background, like, oh yeah, I used to be cool once. Like,
I mean, he's the only one out of the Kages that actually like feel like I don't know. I feel like he's the only one I don't like because like the other ones are just like fucking Tsunade should have been dead. I don't. Yeah, fuck her, man. Why isn't Kakashi Hokage?
Because he didn't want the job.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
No, he should have took the fucking job.
he would be
So
flagged down.
should have happened. Like, I really think she's afraid to kill off characters sometimes. Because like he'll kill off.
Fan base.
No, he'll go from like killing off people randomly to making us think they're dead, bringing them back to life. It's like, what is this shit?
You know, apparently, Kakashi was supposed to die like during that pain fight. Like he was legit supposed to die, but he got so much outrage from fans that he revived him.
Yeah, it was like that thing with Kubo. He killed off. Well, spoilers. I don't spoil anything, but he killed off one of the characters in this latest arc. Like legit killed him, and his Zanpakuto was fading away and shit. And somebody came to Kubo's house, threw a brick through his window, and he got thousands hate mail. So he brought him back to life.
Yeah,
for that. Like,
Are
that
you
could have pissed
serious?
me off because I mean, it was a cool character and all, but like that is as much death as you can have. Like, your whole stick is like your sword, and now your sword is fucking gone. There is
Yo,
nothing.
why do people trash on Kishi? Well, he can do what he wants, can he?
I mean, well, this is my thing with mangakas. I respect you as you're doing what you want to do, and their whole thing. A lot of people forget that this is their fucking job. They're gonna get as much money and milk as much money as they can out of a series. And I'm like, okay, you can do that, but you can't do that and have a fan base. I mean, if you change up tone of like your shit was in part 1, Naruto was legendary. Like, I don't care what anybody says, shit was good.
Yeah, good.
But
yeah.
if you change it from that tone to, starting to just know, fuck your fans, it's just bad when you do that. And any, corporation, if fucking say a football player goes and like betrays their fandom and then goes over to another team, like say if Brett Favre, when he did that shit, when he left the Packers and went to go play for somebody else, the Packers absolutely hated that nigga. Everybody
Yo,
in
that
Green Bay hated him.
that was like James from Cleveland that I liked going to Miami. Like, that was bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like Peyton
So-
Manning going to Denver.
But
Yeah, that is.
but
Yeah.
like
Not
the.
happy about that.
I mean, it's your series. If you get so successful that you can't achieve what, like, the plans that you set out for yourself when you started writing it, like, hasn't the whole point gone to shit?
But the thing is though, I can tell right now, you can easily tell when mangakas are still passionate about their series. Like Kishimoto, you obviously tell this nigga just wants to end shit because he's already started writing another manga, and it's not even an action anymore.
It's a one
It's like
shot.
every
It's called
time
Mario.
It's Mario.
Yeah.
And
It's like
his
every
brother.
time I read a chapter, like, the backdrop is always the same shit's always happening, no matter how much of a different spin on it. It's like I can tell he's bored through reading it, like.
And it's just every once in a while you get those good chapters. I mean, like Naruto, Kishimoto, you can obviously tell the dude has talent. He does good shit when he wants to do good. Naruto didn't get bad until at the end of Pain, and that was not too long
I
ago.
really think this is the arc that killed it because it set it up for like the greatest going out with a bang.
Yeah, it was like I declared the 4th Great Shinobi World War. Like, everyone was like, "Oh my God, the war is gonna happen." And then the war happened. It's like, wow, this is it.
I think it's gonna be like how I felt with Soul Eater when I finally finished it. Like, I thought the final arc was pretty shit, and then I read the
anime.
I never watched it. I read it.
Okay, alright.
I was like reading the final arc of the manga. I was like, yeah, this is pretty shit. And then the last final chapter they brought out ended it on a really good note. So I was like, yeah, you know what, that was pretty good. So
Really? You thought the Soul Eater manga ending was good?
Well, maybe because I read most of it and then I dropped it 2 years and then I finally finished off that last bit. I thought, yeah, it ended right, but maybe it was just in comparison. I don't know.
Oh, a good thing you didn't see the anime because the anime ended so bad. Like, it was probably
I heard it was real shit.
It was shit.
Is it just like a sort of filler? Yeah, we're not getting another season. Let's just finish it.
Yeah.
I feel like Naruto's going into some really I feel like at the end, towards the end of the war arc, when everything's shutting down, because Naruto's rumors to be ending this year or next year.
Yeah.
I feel like
it was actually in a Jump Festa interview. He said it's definitely ending this year.
So I feel like they're gonna wrap this shit up real quick. They're gonna wrap this war arc up, and then they're gonna have to get to they're gonna have to settle a lot of things. I feel like Kishi's Russian. If he got all this shit to settle, he's doing it under 1 year.
Yeah, exactly.
And now at the end, I feel gonna be some gay shit. At the end of everything, at the last chapter, Naruto's just gonna close the book and so Kage suit or some shit like that, and he's like, yeah, that's my story, and then just walk away or some shit like that. I feel it'll end like that.
You know what? I feel that if he ended it with 20 just solid, amazing chapters in a row up to the finish, I'd be quite happy with that. But this has just been dragged.
Yeah, honestly, the only reason I still read Naruto is to see Naruto versus Sasuke final fight. That's one the type of fight.
Kyle, it's not
I bet
happening.
that won't
Let me
even
tell you why.
happen. I bet
It's not happening.
It's not happening because Naruto, this nigga is basically on God level, and Sasuke, he just, no, he's not a God level because Naruto's God. Huh?
He has another power up coming. He can split the Rinnegan, perfect Susanoo.
No,
I don't think it's gonna end on some gay shit where with just Sasuke just smiling or something, and then that's it. They're gonna go eat some school.
And by the way, did they even explain what him and Jirai were working on? Because they said after he unlocked the chakra mode, he was like, "Oh, I'm ready to finish that technique that Jirai and I are working on." What the fuck is he working on?
If it hasn't been mentioned so far, it's done. It's nothing.
Probably done. Yeah.
What is this?
You wasted that memory space.
Yeah, but why is the final fight happening?
Because like I feel like it's happening. It's not happening for two reasons. First of all, Sasuke, you don't know how hyped I was when Sasuke was actually fucking Danzo up. Like I was like, yes, this nigga is truly a villain. He is about to do some evil shit. And then he starts questioning himself. When that chapter when he asks like what is a village and Orochimaru comes back, I'm like, fuck, he's done. Like he's not gonna finally fight Naruto because his intention was to fight Naruto to kill him, and that's what happened in the first fight. He was fighting Naruto to kill him, and then held himself back at the end because he didn't want to kill him because of what Itachi mentioned to him. But now he's working with Naruto, and he's so like easily persuaded. If you remember, he's going after Obito while he fell that chapter. He fell down to the ground. He was charging at Obito to kill him. Obito was the one that helped massacre his clan, and Naruto said, "No, don't do it." And Sasuke stopped in his tracks and didn't do anything.
Yeah, I feel like
that's true. Yeah.
I feel like he's developed really well, and we're kind of at the end of the stage of his development because I mean he's got the root of all the problems, he's seen the shit, and he's just kind of been like, you know what, it's been long enough. I've got a lot of revenge. And he's not really dark anymore. He's just sort of content. Like he doesn't really give a shit. So I feel like, and I doubt he's gonna turn around and just flip and be evil shit when Madara is dealt with.
Yeah, that's
so I
true.
think the only way they're gonna fight is just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be Hokage.
So,
I
you
will.
know what I think could happen? What Naruto and Sasuke's ideology are completely different. And they might fight for the Hokage seat because Sasuke wants to become Hokage so that he could cleanse the sins of his clan and restore his clan's name and stuff. And like get rid of Madara, but Naruto wants to become Hokage because for the reason like Naruto, I honestly think if Naruto were to become Hokage, that'd be cliche. I think he should be like the president of like the 5 villages because they're on cool terms now. And Sasuke maybe be Hokage because like it make more sense for Sasuke to be Hokage because Naruto, the whole reason why he wants to become Hokage was to become acknowledged. He's already acknowledged Ninja God right now, so there's no point in Hokage.
But I think if that fight were to happen, I mean it sounds feasible and it probably will happen. But it wouldn't be a case of I want to kill you or I want to stop you. It would be more of like a friendly fight. I mean, we may see some crazy shit, but the killing intent won't be there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Hey, both of them are still. What's the ranking they're called? They're both tuning still, right?
Genny.
Yeah, they're both getting right.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, but I really don't think that. If at the end, I feel like Sasuke should become Hokage because he has, more of a strategy. He fights with more strategy, and I think he's more fit to become Hokage. Yeah. And like you said, Naruto has been noticed since fucking Pain when he got lifted up in the air at the end. And then another thing is that I feel like Naruto is like he's so strong now. And I feel like, he's going to get even stronger to defeat Madara sooner or later, that I think he's going to become a wanderer and, leave and just wander the Shinobi world like the Sage of Six Paths did. Because it's hinted so much that he's just like the Sage of Six Paths. Like, even the Beast say it, he reminds me of him and all the other stuff. So I think he'll eventually, at the end of, the story or some shit, he'll just walking around with a cane or some shit like that. On another note, I do want to see the Sage of Six Paths, so I want to see, a good couple panels or at least a chapter of him.
Because he was like Ninja God.
Exactly, he started this shit, man. He had to be able to talk to the Ten Tails and all that other shit. And I want to see his sons and everything. Like Kishimoto had so much potential with this shit, man.
He's writing for his fans. That's why.
You know what?
They're gonna come up with some bullshit reason that they beat Madara. Then they're gonna go back to the village. Naruto and Sasuke are gonna be like, hey, we never decided who's gonna be Hokage. They're gonna have one fight where they just end up doing Rasen and Chidori, just regular mode, and then they're gonna have a panel up to the sky. And then
that's exactly what was.
And in the anime, they're gonna play that stupid ass song. Dun, 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 they're gonna do that.
Exactly. And they're gonna have that time skip.
I wouldn't actually mind if Kishimoto just decided, at the end of Naruto, which that kind of went to shit. Let me skip a few generations, but keep the same world and.
Honestly,
Fate Zero.
If you do it in a kind of Avatar Legend of Aang way, where it's old Naruto and you sort of taking on them.
Yeah, you can see his kids and stuff like that.
If Naruto became Jiraiya for some other kid, I'd probably like that a lot if it wasn't
Yeah.
cliche.
Yeah, to be honest, I like the Naruto world and the world building and the idea of the jutsus and stuff. That's cool.
Yep.
It's just the characters ruin it for me. Like, if I
Yeah, it's like they're all developed in their own unique ways, but like the minimum possible.
yeah.
There's nothing special. They're all a bit different, but they don't stand out.
Yeah, if
No,
it was,
no,
if it was a
Kishimoto-
part 3, like part 3 of Naruto with new characters, like, and that takes place in the Naruto world, I'd love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you already know he's coming back to it sooner or later. That's just like Dragon Ball Z. That's automatic money, man.
Yeah, exactly. Show people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man. But even part. I was thinking about this a couple days ago. You all know what Hunter x Hunter is, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking about like, damn, part 1 Naruto is like legit good. Like I'm going back and I'm going to rewatch the Sasuke retrieval arc, which was really good.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking like, damn, this isn't like even really all Kishimoto. If you think about it, the tuning exams remind me a lot of fucking Hunter exams. The fucking Sasuke retrieval arc, that reminds me of the Killer retrieval arc. The fucking
tuning exams.
Yeah, I
are
was
better than
gonna
Hunter
say,
exams.
like, looking back on it, because like I didn't know about Hunter x Hunter for a long time. Like I started reading like maybe 30 chapters, maybe like 4 years ago or something, and then was just like, yeah, it's kind of old, and I don't really like the art much. I'm just gonna drop this because I mean I was like 30.
Then you watched the reboot, right?
Yeah. I started back on the reboot and completely lost my shit. Like as soon as Nen was introduced, I'm crazy.
Yeah. I lost shit. Yeah.
Legit, I did not know like. If they didn't have that opening where they explained, then I'd be so fucking confused right now.
I get so every time I hear that OST, like I don't even know what sound it is. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, looking back on it, there is a lot of influence. Like I can watch Hunter x Hunter and be like, yeah, this is basically Naruto, knowing full well Hunter x Hunter was first. So.
Yeah, and Bleach is basically Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, Yu Hakusho with swords, right? Yeah. The whole vibe of Bleach in the beginning, like the Soul Society arc, like the explaining the spiritual pressure and all that, reminds me so much of Yu Yu Hakusho, just swords. Like,
And then the fucking what's the name of the arc? The Fullbring arc. That's so much like the
Chapter Black.
the chapter back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I thought I was the one that had that idea.
Oh man, I like right now. I'm really with Kubo. Like I read Bleach for a while and I dropped it. 'Cause, you got the full ring arc and that fucking chapter where you go crying in the rain. I was like, nah, I can't do it no more. I just dropped it. and so after that, yeah, I mean, full ring arc in the anime, it was good. I mean, well, it wasn't good. It was all right in the anime. With the weekly thing with the full ring arc, I had to wait week to week to read that shit. I was like, no, I'm sorry, I dropped it. So.
Yeah, actually, when I read it, like, it was like around 50-something chapters, like, and the pacing was so bad. Like, imagine people had to read that shit for a year. Like,
Yes.
I can imagine that. Like, I read it all in one go, but having to read that, like, by a week basis is horrible.
No,
Yeah, man,
imagine Naruto continues, and there are gonna be people that are gonna be like saying this about the war. It's like, yo, did they seriously like sit down this with this like for like a year and a half?
Yeah, a lot of people got, like I know for
Naruto
a
had
fact
the
a lot of
shittest year for anything. Like I can't think of a year that I've sit and known it has been a year where something's been that bad. Like minus
I think the war has been going on for a couple of years now. Like 3.
Yeah, 2 years, actually.
2 years.
Is it really?
Oh,
And
wow.
oh my god, yo, does anybody remember? I don't know how you guys have been into Naruto. Well, for like the manga, but did anybody remember like when we kept getting closer? This was like at least 2 years ago, like when the war first started, and we started getting real close and getting hinted to what Toby's identity was, and everybody going ape shit. Like they were creating theories that were like fucking mind blowing. Everybody
like,
turned into
everyone
Einstein.
knew it was Obito, and like that's the obvious thing, but everyone wanted to be like,
Everyone thought it was Kagami.
A lot of people like came up with different like. I remember this one dude told me he was like, "It's fucking Sasuke from the future," and then like somebody told me it was Izuna. Somebody told me it was Izuna, and I was like, damn, this niggas are smart. And then it fucking ends up being Obito as I turned those letters around.
Like as soon as that fight with what's her name? That paper bitch.
Damn, what's her name?
Conan,
yeah.
Conan, I have to forget that every time. Yeah, ever since that fight and the mask cracked and you saw the wrinkled face, like everyone was like, yeah, we fucking. But did they actually put the Anbu Kakashi arc into the anime at all? Like, because I read that shit years ago.
they put it after the pain arc.
And they're gonna have a special. They're gonna have a special. I think in February about Kakashi, and you gonna see Anbu Kakashi, Tina Tachi. So I'm waiting for that one.
Yo, I want to see Kakashi dad. He was like mad hyped up to be like equal level to Sasani, and then he kills himself. Like, and we never get.
I don't even remember that shit. Wow.
Yo, man, he should. Yeah, Kakashi should have died. Kakashi should have died, man. I mean, but I like that's one of the only things that made me like really like still read Naruto is Kakashi. Like, I wanted to see how he'd react to all this. Like, you know, at first it was shock, and then it was him trying to plead with Obito, and then it transferred to him, just fuck it, try to kill this dude. I was like, yes, man.
Yeah, I was rooting for him.
I was rooting for it. Oh man.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the most. That was one of the most appealing things about Naruto. Just you know how much crazy theories there were about Obito. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, people were saying it's connected.
Yes.
Like that's one of the things that made Naruto. Then after the Obito reveal, like Naruto just continued to get worse.
Like all the mystery and the hype just sort of left it instantly, and they've kind of been riding it for a while. Like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? Like, but I'm not gonna let any spoilers for last chapter in case people don't read it. But like, that's a big fucking thing, and even I'm not excited in the least. I'll just be like, oh yeah,
me neither.
That's totally. There's some way out of that. Like,
yeah, exactly. The thing is, with Naruto is it's become so predictable at this point. Like, people have been predicting the Naruto manga for months, and everything has been happening like accurate.
Yep. I was predicting this shit like when my first chapter I read of Naruto. Like, when I first caught up again, I was waiting, and it's when Obito was revealed. And then the thing that got me was, I was like, yeah, I'm so ready for the chapter. The name of the chapter was Obito Uchiha.
Yeah.
I was like, really? and then the first couple, like the first, like all the panels didn't have any words in it. It just had a nigga running.
Yeah. It was a flashback then.
I was like, you seriously, Kishimoto? I think his brother writes a manga called
6668.
Yeah, 6668, and I heard that's like fucking amazing.
Yeah, but I think that's his only manga though, and it came out in like 03, so like the scans of it wouldn't be. I tried reading it once and I dropped it because like the scans were just bad.
You know what I dropped? You know what I dropped that I heard was like really legendary, and I feel bad for dropping it because it did have my attention for a while, but personal things got in the way.
Yeah.
Shaman King.
No, I dropped it.
I've been trying to get back into it, but like I really can't be asked to sit and read the manga. But I know if I watched the anime, like I looked it up online, they were just like, yeah, everyone who died in the manga doesn't die and become your friend. So I'm sort of torn between it. I'll get around to it. I mean, I like the art style.
Yo, if anybody here reads manga and can sit down and enjoy a good ass battle shonen, Toriko.
Yeah, yep.
Oh my god.
I was about to say that. Toriko is the
Toriko has so much potential to be like one of the, I don't know, not one of the best, but one of the best in the last decade.
Yeah.
I think if Naruto ends and there's nothing else to immediately fill that space, I think Toriko could easily be part of the big three.
Now, Toriko has been beating out Naruto in Japan for a couple months now.
It's so good. Like, I know people are only just getting onto the hype. Like, I only got into it I got into the last year ago, and I just boosted through the entire shit, and it gets so crazy. Like,
yeah. I was like, Kyle, you gotta get on this, man. You gotta get on.
I remember that, and I hopped on it like a month ago, and it was the whole run through was just amazing. Like, I remember around Ice House, I really got addicted to it. But the fight with Ichiryu and Midora, like, that was the sickest fight.
Oh my god.
You know what? I said this
Like
the other day.
You know what? I don't have the patience for Toriko. Like, it started out way too slow for me to stay interested.
No.
It starts off weak. I'm not gonna lie, but it picks up the pace fast. But I said this to Carl on Twitter the other day. During the whole Midora and Ichiryu fight, it's rare that during a fight, like a really big fight, I'm gonna start rooting for the villain because of the backstory they put into it. Like,
oh my bad, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was saying, like, Midoriya's backstory was just like, you couldn't help but to like, that's my thing. Well, I'm getting off topic real quick. You must have mystery for a series to go a long way. Like, and now back with the Midoriya thing, you can. It's not a mystery, but you feel like you should root for this dude the way he came up and the way he feels like his appetite is consuming him.
He went from the most hated prick in Toriko ever into my top 5 easy, maybe even top 3. Like, there's so much reason behind him. Like, to think a show that is basically all about food
could be so deep, right?
Development, and it's so deep. Like, I started as a novelty, like, sort of thing, like fairy tale, because I mean, the art and shit, and it's food, and I thought, oh yeah, this is just gonna be some fun, like, and then I'm not even sure, but they just finished this art called Cooking Festival, I think it is.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
while I was reading through that, the shit that they did in like say 30 chapters is some of the best I've ever read. Like it's one of my favorite. arcs.
Yo, all I gotta say is 243 when fucking knocking message
Jiro? Oh my god.
Yo, man, when he fucking
Do you punch the world and do that? Like that's
yo, this nigga stopped the rotation Earth.
Yeah, that was fucking dope. Oh my god.
Oh man, it
That was
shocks
so
me
hype.
every day. Like every chapter, I'm just like, oh shit. Even
Man,
the
I'm
chapter
telling
where
you.
nothing happens, and it's just the characters saying something really profound or whatever. Like I still lose my shit.
Yo, man, I'm telling you.
Characters.
I'm telling you, man. When I first started Toriko, actually, I had a chance to get on some shit when it first started, and I was like, "Food, really? Manga about food?" I was like, "Nah." And then I
Yeah.
got on to it, and I was like, "The first 20, if you can make it through the first 20 chapters of Toriko, you are in it because it's so slow in the beginning, but then around Ice Hill, it's when I got like,
Ice House was when I got hooked.
yes, when
Yeah,
I fucking
like,
seen that
Ice
that
Hill
nigga
to me
standing there.
was. I nearly stopped watching it, like not completely, but I thought, yeah, it's not top priority anymore because Ice Hell was kind of boring me. And then you fucking get into the fight with Tommy Rod, and that was
Oh my
that's
god,
the
yeah,
fight
yeah, that was it.
that's the fight that show everyone, get people onto it. Like it's crazy.
Yo, you know that my favorite fight, my favorite like part in Ice Hill, and I know this was like a really quick part, but it was when Teppy started putting knocking on Tommy Rock.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that set of movement like was crazy.
Yes, man. But I heard the anime, like, I've only seen a couple episodes of the anime. And I
I've seen a
heard,
couple of the fights.
yeah, and I heard, like, I feel like after it catches up or, Toriko is finished, I feel like it should get a reboot, like, more like a full Alchemist Brotherhood reboot. Because
Yeah.
the anime is so censored. Like, you really, they would
That's
never.
exactly why I stopped. I got to the chin, like around there, and I was like, yeah, let me just check the comparison while some fights are actually happening. And like an entire censored scene was literally, it was just they put it off screen and showed dirt instead of like someone's ribcage, and I was like, yeah, that's the point. I jump off and then I only read it.
What was that one dude's name? Mansom. Remember that when it was early in not Toriko, when Manson got shot through the throat from that GT robot, I was like, that should have been in the anime. Like, that would have been crazy.
Yeah,
That was wrong. Like,
there was no blood or anything. They were just like, yeah, I get a high-powered laser would probably cauterize the wound, but I mean, you're not going to be thinking that deeply into a series about food. So
Yeah.
do you remember the fight between Starjun and Toriko?
Oh yeah.
That fight was so bloody, like it was raw as hell.
He got his fucking arm. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I love that arc so much. It was just so over the top and shit was always happening. Like it wasn't like, oh shit, there's some hype shit. Let me cut away and have like a boring chapter. They cut away from hype shit to more hype shit. Like
exactly.
Do that.
The thing was Lee Setsuno and the other and the grannies. Remember the grannies fighting? Like that was sick.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, the little crazy one.
Yeah, that was
It's multiple people to stop Setsuno, though, man.
Yeah, like they fucking picked her up and then sliced her head, and I thought, oh shit, she's gonna die. And then she just comes back next chapter like completely insane and fucks everything up.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel like real shit though. I feel like there's so much mystery behind Toriko that this series can go on for at least another 7 to 8 years.
Yeah.
This isn't even anything confirmed.
Yeah.
But if you're into
Acacia,
Toriko and look
man.
up the Pangea theory, that shit is insane. Like
Yeah, I talked about that, man. Like,
I remember I watched Marcellus's video and he said something about the things of Akasha's full course makes Pangea or something.
Yeah, I looked at that theory and I got fucking goosebumps. Like, I can't deal with that shit. Because the thing, like, if that shit actually does happen, and it sounds like it will, there's so much to happen before it gets to that point, and then that's when the insane shit will start.
Yeah,
I can think of a series that has more potential in terms of power. Like, if you've got a dude who can punch the earth to make it stop from spinning, I can't think of any series that could get to that point. Like,
yo, I feel like I talked about this in Kyle. Like, Kyle's in my video, so he knows everything. Like, I'm about to mention real quick but it's only a couple things that have changed since that point. I feel like those Nitros, man, they are about to fuck shit up because Joa, like I'm afraid of this thing. Like Joa,
man.
I think he put Acacia. If Acacia is dead, Joa killed him. But if Acacia is not dead, which I don't think he is, because I feel like he's like if he can survive for so long, and
Yeah.
you gotta remember
Like,
the recipe behind shonens is that they like to keep like the strongest alive for a long time. Neto
Yeah.
was like fucking 110.
It's very flashback heavy. Like I know, like a lot of the characters are living like past 2000 at least. So it's not even like it's not feasible. But the fact that they're putting so much influence on his backstory just as a new sort of group arises and fucks everything up, he's got to be involved somehow. Like,
Yeah, I think Coco is I mentioned this before. I think first of all, I got a question. Have we ever seen? We've never ever been mentioned or hinted of Toriko's family, have we?
no, I spoke to my friend about it. I asked him, and he just like said, "Oh yeah, they were all orphans, and that's the only significance about it." But I am really interested to know if there's any like secret ties or whatever going on. Like,
Yeah, because his dad, his Teppy is Ichiryu's grandson, right? Because I know he's related to somebody.
wait, isn't he? Is he Jiro's son or Jiro's grandson?
No, yeah, it's Jiro's grandson. But yeah, no, I know that gourmet sales have to run family, and I really like to see Toriko's dad, but I think Ho is Akasia's grandson, like or great grandson or something like that.
Yeah, they look
They
similar.
look quite similar.
And they got that Acacia had pair that Nitro that would tell him things and be able to let him see the future, and Coco can sense the death omen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wasn't even that sure about the lookalike stuff before, and I just thought everyone is just grasping onto whatever thing they can to get views, whatever. And like now I've seen him with white hair, and I'm just like, yeah, shit. Like,
Yeah, what the fuck?
there's a lot
Oh,
of
prison.
part of wait, what's the new group? Is it Neo or?
Yeah, Neo.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk of him just being part of Neo, and that's when we didn't see him like come out of that hole for like what 20 chapters at least.
Yeah.
Grim Parts looks fucked up on that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man. Yo, I think this is gonna become like a Tachi character, but Tachi type character at least.
Yeah, I can see that.
doesn't seem that sinister at the moment. Like,
Yeah,
he's still doing bad
he
shit, but-
was cool with Toriko at that. Remember? Like he was at that restaurant or something. He was
Yeah,
like,
he started a fight.
Yeah.
Like, that was tense as fuck though when fucking they stared at each other and the whole just start crumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like Komaku, and when he comes back, I also feel like Midora isn't that evil either because like the dude just mentioned Midora has to know who Toriko is. Like he has to know who this dude is. And so for Komatsu to be able to like say, fuck you, Toriko is coming for me, and him not to like jump at this nigga or at least try to smack the shit out of him, I feel like he's waiting for this.
I honestly said like a while back before I'd even caught up in the manga that Toriko, like I think Midora is his dad, but I don't remember like the specifics of it. I think that's pretty out there, but I feel like they look quite similar in scars and shit. Like
Wow, that could be like mentioned as well. Like Toriko, they always hint at Toriko never being fully full. Like he can never be fully like
Yeah.
like, good with his food.
In terms of potential, he has the most. Like
Yeah, he's hyped up a lot.
yeah, I mean, he's
Like,
the
when,
protagonist, so
when he
obviously-
woke up, and those 8 beasts all just that shit.
Oh, I still want to see the other 4 beats. Like, there's so much room for.
Oh yeah, for all the 8 kings, right? Those beasts.
Yeah.
And then he did that attack just in a recent chapter, like a couple weeks ago, where he like jumped down and
Do you know how
everybody.
bad when he's animated? But animated as I was reading it page by page.
Yeah.
So that's how it's going to happen.
I feel like where the fuck is the manga though? I feel like he's coming back soon. That shit at
Well,
least.
my friend said they're on hiatus for like a month.
Yeah,
but I
coming
think-
back in February.
Oh
Thank
man.
God.
Yeah, but that last chapter was like the human world arc is over now, so I think everything else is gonna take place in Gourmet World now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to see more of Zebra.
Yeah, we can see him.
He was shit up and.
We see much to see.
Yeah.
I really hated him as a character, and then that fight with Tommy just like permanently cemented him. I think that may be my favorite fight in the entire fucking like. It was too much.
I don't know. I like my favorite thing is has to be fucking Ichigo versus Meteor. That nigga started doing. He said, what did he read that infinite world shit, some shit like
Yeah,
that?
the reality world.
Yes,
Something
this
or-
nigga was controlling reality.
When the tongues just came out and just fucking bit into his fucking arm, that was so deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Ichigo, like they said this in manga, and they had like he could be going 100%, but I
Yeah.
feel like that. I feel like he would have got up after that. Like that Naruto hadn't came and then and fucked
Yeah.
him up.
Oh man. Oh, that was true pain. I can't deal with that shit.
Yeah, man. Everybody, like, I remember those 3. Yeah, I remember those 3 weeks. Like, I did a review on it. I was like, all right, Ichiryu's dead, y'all. Like, I'm so sad. And the next week he's still alive. I'm like, yes. And then the
Yeah,
next
that
week,
felt
the
like-
thing stomps him.
It felt like you know in Final Fantasy VII when Sephiroth just comes down with the sword, takes out Aerith. It felt exactly like that to me. Like, oh.
That was a very critical moment in the game.
Yo, I felt like everybody else in this call had just dropped down and died.
Yeah.
I felt like that for like 10 minutes. But
Toriko hyping.
sorry, y'all. We had, man.
Yeah,
this isn't enough evidence you to start Toriko, then nothing ever will be.
Yeah,
Like,
Toriko, you can top on it.
I said so
Yeah.
much.
I'll read it. The manga's better, right?
Yeah, because it's censored.
I mean, you could watch it for a while, but like, there's some point where you just get
Nope,
tired.
don't even watch it. Nope, don't even watch it.
I'll read
I'm
it.
gonna have to start reading
Yeah,
now.
read it.
But watching the fights and hype beats, that's really.